We are entering an erratic era of awakening, where our perceptions of reality shift quickly and go beyond anything we have imagined. We are discovering our most authentic selves to date and becoming more and more free from the limitations of old. Unsustainable projections, harmful programming, and toxic patterns. This raw and honest self-discovery will lead us to a great liberation for our souls. We have worked very hard for this, but where we are going is not what we thought it would be. Get ready to pivot regarding many of your positions and who you think you are. Big surprises are on the horizon. You are much more than you know at this moment. You are strands of a living web, a field of consciousness that pulses with the vibrations of every thought, feeling, and intention you hold. Connection is not merely a bond between two individuals. It is the fabric of existence itself. Every interaction, every meeting of hearts is an opportunity to amplify the frequencies of love, support, and expansion. When you recognize that you are not separate from one another, but deeply woven into the intricate dance of universal intelligence, you awaken to your true creative power. Connection is the gateway through which energy flows, where inspiration is exchanged, and where new realities are birthed. In your present awakening, the call is to connect with conscious intention, to weave your relationships with the energy of the new earth, and to see the divine essence reflected in all beings. Welcome to you, and to all those who enjoy returning weekly to update and uplift their souls. We gather that this is the case for many. Extreme tiredness, accompanied now and then by exhilaration. Oh, the ups and downs of a transforming planet. Yes, indeed, a heightened wave of energy is to enter in. Yes, indeed, it shall be sorting out the wheat from the chaff. I know, of course, what that expression means, yet how is it meant in these circumstances? Who is the wheat? Who is the chaff? They too shall feel some form of effect, for it will affect all. Yet those who are aware, awake and ready, shall experience a noticeable difference within themselves. Those willing to do the inner work will experience deep waves of intense life-altering introspection. It will be confusing, frustrating, and even a little scary. Our true selves are working hard to finally be fully born into this new cycle we entered in 2012. We can sense a wonderful blossoming within us, just beyond our reach, like a beautiful mirage waiting patiently on the horizon. It's a feeling that many of us can relate to, knowing that something amazing is coming, even if it feels just out of grasp for now. We are being divinely and gently nudged by our guides, souls, and star families, but this journey is up to us now. We get to take it into the future from here. This is our energetic stamp on history. Our inner core truth, deep within our hearts, will illuminate our path through the confusion and, at times, the bittersweet disillusionment we may face. Co-creation is the art of manifesting from a space of unity consciousness rather than separation. The old paradigm was built upon isolated effort, the belief that one must strive alone. In the higher frequencies, creation emerges from resonance, from the convergence of hearts and minds aligned in shared vision. To co-create in the highest expression, begin with these principles. Resonance before action, before seeking to create with another, attuned to the frequency of harmony. Align with those who share the vibration of your soul's calling. Creation flows effortlessly when souls vibrate in sync. Heart-led intentions, the mind strategizes, but the heart knows. Let your collaborative visions emerge from the heart's wisdom rather than the logic of fear or scarcity. Trust and allowance the universe orchestrates divine encounters and opportunities. Trust the synchronicities that unfold and surrender rigid expectations. Let creation be fluid, organic, and joyful. Energy exchange. Every creation is an exchange of energy. Give from a space of fullness and receive with openness. Yes, this sleeping phase, this dizziness, this feeling of missing out seconds, this confusion of words is just a passing phase as one's entirety of being adjusts to its new higher form of itself. I am pleased to hear that at my age, one could question senility creeping in. The changes that are taking place within you cannot just silently do their thing. Is it not that a newborn sleeps most of the time in order to adjust to its new surroundings? This is the case for many of you who are experiencing what one would consider to be ailments or lacking in a particular vitamin, etc. We are by no means telling you to ignore these changes if you are feeling seriously concerned. Yet, we would also suggest that you recognize that there are shifts taking place within you and upon your planet, and it is therefore inevitable that such extreme energies will have some form of kickback until they have settled comfortably within. And what should we expect when they have? What is the upside to all of this? A feeling of appreciation of the soul that you are. With this comes more understanding of who you are. With that, one's power become more pronounced. The world is facing a challenging time, often filled with confusion, which brings a sense of disconnection as we navigate through a fading cycle. It's a moment that can easily feel overwhelming for many, and it's important to acknowledge the weight this brings to our collective experience. There is an intentional past-age tactic being used to manipulate and control humanity by drowning us in so much conflicting information and creating unrelenting uncertainty that we feel overwhelmed. This age-old shock and awe tactic rears its ugly head about when humanity is ready to make an epic leap into higher levels of consciousness. These old tactics, filled with rapid, chaotic waves, can create disorientation and disassociation with ourselves. We are no longer dealing with just our dysfunctional relationships. We are being utterly dumbfounded as we begin to realize we have entered a seriously massive planetary dysfunctional relationship with our world. Everything we have learned personally up to now will now be put into play on a global level. All the traumas we have suffered and learned from will now have a deeper meaning and purpose. Your intentions are the frequency beacons that align you with potential realities. To set an intention for the highest timeline, follow these steps. Attune to the highest feeling state before setting an intention. Raise your frequency. Breathe into your heart. Invoke joy, gratitude, or peace. Your intentions manifest from the vibrational state in which they are set. See, feel, embody instead of merely visualizing an outcome. Feel it as if it already exists. Embody the version of yourself who is already aligned with that reality. Speak in present vibrations. Use language that affirms the now. Instead of "I will find my soul-aligned community," say, "I am surrounded by kindred souls who uplift and inspire me." Release with trust. Set the intention and release attachment. Allow the universe to align the details in the most miraculous way. Do not force or control flow with divine orchestration. Aligning with the higher grid of light. In what way? I am asking all this because, although now and then I can feel in a really good mood, I can't say that all this adjusting so far has made a noticeable difference within me on a permanent basis. I still, as do many I know, feel that we are just muddling through it all and getting nowhere fast. As you know, we are not talking in the last few months, we are talking many years. Yet, would you say, when in the good space, you feel very much on top of the understanding of the heightened ways? Yes, yet they just don't last long enough to recognize them as a full-time change. Again, let us use the analogy of the newborn. So much to learn through experience throughout the years of growing. On and on, these experiences produce wisdom and knowing of the self. This is what is taking place for each one, and it does not stop after one has passed through the veil. For you, each one, are an experience of love expressing itself. When you consider that love is infinite, it must be so that growth and expansion of the self and the whole must take place. Love has designed itself to be this way. During this time, we could easily fall victim to inadvertently empowering our inner fears, thinking our positions are righteous truth. Knowing the difference between our cognitive biases and the actual truth will be difficult. There is little authentic truth during the crumbling of an old age. The positions we take will only give us a false sense of safety. Feeding our fears will amplify our disorientation, making it even more difficult to be unbiased and able to analyze anything critically. But we've got this. We've learned how to listen to our hearts, and we've learned to follow its callings. The drama-addicted and war-based outer world, or should I say, outer weird, is trying to hang on to old familiar realities and is fueled by an unconscious and paralyzing fear to evolve. Of course, trying to stop our evolution is futile. The only way through is through the deep center of our hearts. Because we live from the heart, we will lead with compassion for all who we think are ignoring the obvious. However, taking unbending positions makes the process longer and harder for everyone. We have learned that judgments are a waste of our energy and light. We have remembered that we are all one family on Mother Earth, and somehow we are all doing this together. As you set your intentions and open to co-creation, you activate your alignment with the higher grid of light, the crystalline matrix of New Earth reality. This grid is formed by all beings who are choosing love over fear, unity over division, and creation over stagnation. Every thought of love, every act of kindness, every moment of conscious creation strengthens this grid, making it easier for others to access and embody these higher frequencies. You are not just creating for yourself, you are architects of the collective awakening. We remind you, beloved one, that we walk with you, ever present in your field of awareness. You are the creators, the bridges between dimensions, the pioneers of the new earth. Yet, surely it can't be like this all the time. As we continue to upgrade, it would be good to have days of dynamic enthusiasm for something. Of course, there shall come a time when time shall allow these energies to mix and match. Meaning, they will find their flow and where to go. For each individual is different and will adapt accordingly. I have to be honest, sometimes I just feel like, oh, whatever, because at the end of the day, we get into bed in the knowing we have to wake up in the morning and get through the next one. I want to get excited about it all and what is to come. Yet, enthusiasm wanes more often than not. It is a struggle to keep up the what-ho, jolly hockey sticks and all that, when oppression still feels the dominant factor. Is this not part of the game? One knows that if one gives in to that oppression, then one can slip down the snakes. Yet, to hold strength within and keep one's head above water, the ladders appear out of nowhere to take you to higher planes.